Once upon a time in a village, there lived a 12-year-old boy with his parents. One day, after many years, the boy went to visit his grandfather's village. There, he spent all his time playing with his grandfather. While playing one day, the boy said to his grandfather, "Grandpa, when I grow up, I will become very successful. Can you give me some advice on how to achieve success?" His grandfather smiled, looked at him and said, "Sure." He then took the boy to a plant shop where small saplings were sold. From there, the grandfather bought 2 small plants and brought them home. Once they were home, he planted one of the saplings in a large pot and placed it inside the house. The other sapling he planted outside in the open. Then he asked his grandson, "What do you think? Which plant will grow better in the future?" The boy thought for a moment and replied, "The one we planted inside will grow better because it is safe from all problems. The one outside faces many risks, like harsh sunlight, storms, heavy rain, and animals." The grandfather smiled and said, "Let's see what happens to both plants in the future." 4 years later, the boy visited his grandfather again. After greeting him, the boy said, "Grandpa, last time I asked you how to become successful, but you didn't tell me. Now you have to share the secret." His grandfather smiled and said, "Of course. But first, let's take a look at the 2 plants we planted years ago." He took the boy to the place where the indoor plant was kept. They saw that it had grown into a big plant. Then they went to the spot where the other sapling was planted outside. They found that it had grown into a massive tree with strong and long branches, providing shade over the entire ground. The grandfather looked at his grandson and asked, "Tell me, which plant is bigger and stronger? Which one is more successful?" The boy replied, "The one we planted outside." "But Grandpa, how is this possible? That plant must have faced many dangers and challenges, yet it has grown into such a huge tree." The grandfather smiled and said, "You're absolutely right. The plant we planted outside faced many challenges, but those very challenges helped it grow strong and tall. The storms, heavy rains, and other difficulties strengthened its branches. That's why it has become such a mighty tree, and now all those challenges seem small in comparison." He then turned to his grandson and said, "Son, always remember this. Unless you struggle in life and face difficulties, you cannot achieve success. If you always choose comfort, you won't grow to your full potential. But if you prepare yourself for every problem and are always ready to struggle, no goal will be impossible for you. Over time, even the biggest challenges will seem small to you." Hearing this, the boy took a deep breath and gazed at the massive tree. His grandfather's words echoed in his mind. Friends, we often see problems, obstacles, and difficulties as our enemies. But these very challenges make us stronger and more successful in life. As someone once said, if there are no problems in your life, it means you are on the wrong track. So, if you want this story to inspire others, share it widely.